Hi there. Welcome to another video in the Richmond School District series of Numeracy videos. My name is Janice Nowakowski, and I am the K-12 District Teacher Consultant for Mathematics and Numeracy. In this video, we're going to be sharing some information and examples of high-yield math routines. High-yield math routines are an important numeracy practice to build mathematical foundations, which is an essential part of numeracy. The Ministry of Education in British Columbia defines numeracy as the willingness and ability to interpret and apply mathematical understanding to solve problems in complex situations. Students need to have strong mathematical foundations in order to be numerate, to have numeracy and use it in their lives. When we think about foundations of mathematics, we think about number sense and operations, spatial reasoning, having fluency and flexibility. And these are all focused on in BC's curriculum in the curricular content and competencies for K-12 mathematics. Here's just some of the number operations and spatial reasoning concepts and competencies that you may be aware of and that live in our curriculum. So why high-yield instructional routines? This is a practice that we've been using in our district for many years as a way to develop students' content knowledge in mathematics, but also to develop mathematical curricular competencies, such as visualizing, explaining and justifying students' thinking, communicating mathematical thinking in many ways, and connecting mathematical ideas. Using high-yield instructional routines builds a math community in your classroom and also encourages mathematical discourse. The term high yield comes from the research supporting these routines that indicate that these routines are high impact routines. They have a high impact on student understanding, learning, and development of competencies and strategies. So what are some of the high yield routines that are being used in the Richmond School District? Probably the most common is number talks and the related number talk images, mystery numbers or shapes, quick images, splat, and we'll be creating a video about many of these. I'll just continue with the list and explain that a high yield routine is usually 5 to 10 or 15 minutes, used often at the beginning of a lesson to either introduce a concept or review it or practice it in a different way. It may also be used at different times throughout the day to practice mathematics in different ways or to bring the class together in community to talk about mathematics together. So many different instructional routines, and teachers in schools are building their repertoire of these high yield math routines that they're using in their classrooms. Here's an example of a fraction talk. So a teacher might share this image on a whiteboard or through a projector and ask the students to think about what fraction of the whole square is the blue shaded shape. And then students might turn and talk with a partner, and then the teacher facilitates discourse and conversation about students explaining their thinking. They may share their solution, but then they need to explain and justify that as well. And that's building the idea of mathematical proof and justification in your answer. And then when we think about that routine in particular, all the different curricular competencies that are being developed. So using reasoning, estimating, visualizing, which is important with that particular image, using specific mathematical vocabulary and language to communicate your thinking and your explanation, explain and justify, and then connect mathematical concepts to each other. So you can see in just that short routine, students are developing their curricular competencies, many curricular competencies in one routine. So we will be hosting a series of 2 of these burst sessions, which is a short professional learning opportunity for teachers to attend and register on. There'll be 2 available a month. They're only half an hour in length and they will be recorded. And those videos will be posted on our new district numeracy playlist on the district YouTube channel. If you're looking for resources to learn more about high yield routines and the research-based evidence behind them, the first one that we used predominantly in our district, probably 7, 8 years ago, was the book High Yield Routines, which comes from the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics. And then these other resources as well have been developed through research and practice in classrooms, and you might have them in your school's professional library or might have access to them in different ways. But those are all great resources to introduce you to some of these high yield routines. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to sharing another numeracy video with you soon.